Hi everyone, this is Migs from Sneaks and Ball PH, and today we have a quick look and unboxing on the Nike LeBron 18 Lakers. To start things off, the 2019 to 2020 NBA season was definitely a very unique one because the NBA did suspend the season because of the coronavirus pandemic. Plus, when they resumed play, they played in the NBA bubble in Orlando. LeBron was using the LeBron 17 for most of the 2019 to 2020 NBA season, but since the NBA season extended until October, and since October to November is the normal time when the new LeBrons come out, he was able to use these in the 2020 NBA Finals. This particular Lakers away colorway is the one that he used in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, where he scored 40 points, but unfortunately, even with the Mamba jerseys, the Lakers weren't able to close out the Miami Heat in 5. Instead, what ended up happening is that they beat the Miami Heat, like they just blew them out in Game 6, capturing the Lakers' 17th championship. Then with that out of the way, let's get into the unboxing. The box on the LeBron 18 is actually pretty cool because it pays homage to the Alpha project of Nike. If I remember correctly, you would have seen this box on like some of the Shaq's basketball shoes. And it's just a pretty cool throwback to that time in Nike's history because it was definitely a time when Nike was on their A game in all sports. So the box is split into brown and gray, and then you have this stripe that says LeBron James 18, Nike 2020 to 2021, Just Do It, BBZ 330, and a crown logo. Then you have here on the side it says engineered to the exact specifications of LeBron James. Then opening up the box, it's actually kind of cool the way it opens because it does have a standard lid, but it's cut in a different shape, as you can see. So opening it up, you have some regular paper. Whew. I really like this shoe. I mean, I understand that people like the Melon Tints because he won the championship in those. But when I first saw LeBron wearing these and he wore it with the black Mamba jersey, it was really cool. So just saying, if you are a die-hard Lakers fan and a die-hard Kobe fan, this is a pretty cool colorway to get. And here you have it, guys. This is the LeBron 18 Lakers. So starting off with the tech specs on the LeBron 18, here on the outsole, you do have a split traction pattern with this waffle-like pattern here on the forefoot and the milk crate traction pattern here on the midfoot and in the heel. The nubs here on the midfoot and the heel are super aggressive, like they stick out quite a bit. So I'm really curious how these will perform on court. However, by just trying it out here at home, it does seem like the traction will perform pretty well. But I will definitely try and get some time on court with these to give you a full performance review. For the durability of the outsole, here on the midfoot and the heel, I don't think there will be any problems. However, here on the forefoot, that waffle pattern does have pretty thin and malleable rubber. So if we're talking about the longevity and durability of the outsole, especially when using these outside, I don't think they'll last too long. Then for the cushion, this is definitely the part that got me excited about the LeBron 18 when they started leaking the cushion setup online. And they somehow managed to upgrade the insane cushion setup on the LeBron 17 and make it even better, which is just crazy to me. You have a large Air Max 270 unit here in the heel. This Air Max unit seems like it has a similar PSI to the LeBron 17s, which is good because it definitely feels a lot more stable than the ones you can see on the Air Max 270, for example. Then interestingly enough, Nike was able to put a full-length zoom unit in the LeBron 18 by putting it inside the cavity in the Air Max 270 unit. I never actually thought that was possible because I'm used to, if it's Air Max 270, normally they inject some foam in the middle. But here at the heel of the LeBron 18, you actually have both Zoom Air and Air Max, which is absolutely insane. And then if that still wasn't enough for you, then Nike got you covered because you also do have full-length Cushlon foam. I tried jumping around here at home and it's just one of the most insane cushion setups that you could ever think of. You have that plushness and comfort from the Cushlon, that springy responsive bounce back from the full-length Zoom, and the awesome impact protection here in the heel from the Air Max 270 unit. Then interestingly enough, even though you do have a lot of cushion, you have that Zoom Air, Air Max, Cushlon, you actually feel lower to the ground in these compared to the LeBron 17. Then for the materials, the LeBron 18 is pretty consistent with what they've been doing ever since the LeBron 15. So once again, for most of the shoe, you do have this very thick knit, and I think what they're calling this is Knit Posit 2.0, and I don't really put too much stock in the name because like it's pretty much the same thing as what they've been doing for the past years, although it is a slight bit different compared to the LeBron 17. With the LeBron 17, it was a lot stiffer here near the midfoot and the heel, and then you had that very free-flowing and soft knit here at the toe. But with the LeBron 18, it seems like it's a more structured knit with a little bit of TPU all throughout, which makes it a little bit stiffer but will also give you a lot more support. Here at the back, you have this super beefy heel counter that is this rubbery plastic. Then underneath that rubbery plastic heel counter and, you know, pretty much all throughout the inside of the shoe, you have this neoprene boot. And for my least favorite material on the shoe, you have this sort of fuse feeling tongue, and it's actually the only thing I really don't like about the shoe, because for one, it is super cheap feeling, then two, it actually is super thin, which means that if I tie my laces really tight, I can feel a little bit of lace pressure, and three, since this fuse material on the tongue is so thin and it pokes out quite a bit, if you don't wear high socks, this is gonna really annoy you because it's gonna be cutting into your leg, which I experienced firsthand just walking around here at home while wearing some ankle socks. So just a quick note, since this tongue is super crappy, you definitely have to wear some longer socks like a pair of crew socks, just so that you avoid any discomfort. Then for fit and sizing, I did go true to size with the LeBron 18, and it fit me really well. It fits pretty much perfect all throughout, and as you can see, the toe is really slim, and with that really slim toe, the upper is really like resting on top of your toes. My only complaint would be that it runs a titch bit too long, but everywhere else it does fit perfectly, so I don't think I could have gone down half a size. So my recommendation for the sizing would be that if you have a narrow foot, you can try going down half a size. Then if you have a normal width foot, I think you can go true to size. And then if you have a wide foot, I think you can go true to size because it is a knitted shoe, but you also have the option of going up half a size. Then for the aesthetic details, here on the outsole, it does use this white solid rubber, but you also have a few purple hits. Then moving on to the midsole, this cushion is in white, and it's pretty much exposed here on the forefoot and the midfoot. Here at the heel, you have that clear Air Max 270 unit, and the Air Max pillar in the middle is purple. Above that, you have that massive rubbery plastic heel counter, which also has some cutouts that exposes a little bit of cushion foam. This cutout does look really cool because it seems like it is inspired by the Zoom generation. So if you don't see the similarity or you don't remember how the Zoom generations look like, it kind of looks like how the chrome piece at the back look, and I think that was a really cool touch to call back to LeBron's first ever signature shoe. On that exposed cushion, you actually have some script writing. So here on the right shoe, it says birthday 1984, and here on the left shoe it says from the city of Akron, Ohio, which is something that LeBron has always been proud of ever since. For some more additional aesthetic details on that heel counter, you have this LeBron James crown logo that has these knobs that are sticking out. Then here on the medial side, you have a gold Nike swoosh. For the Knit Posit 2.0, it is predominantly black, but you have a little bit of purple threading all throughout. You have a gold Nike swoosh stitched into the forefoot. Then here on that paper thin fused tongue, you actually have some air bubbles, which is kind of weird. They are also a little bit translucent, but inside the first bubble you have LeBron's signature, you have air branding here on the second one, and you have LeBron's lion logo here on the top one. Then for the overall aesthetics, I think that the LeBron 18 just beats out the LeBron 17 in terms of looks, because even though you have that massive Air Max 270 unit here in the heel, the shoe doesn't look bulky. Instead, it looks pretty streamlined, especially when you're comparing it to other LeBrons. You also have these lines that come up from the outsole that gives you an illusion of like speed. Then for this particular colorway, I think it's really clean because it has that black and purple look to it, and I just think it's super cool, especially if you saw these on LeBron's feet while he was wearing the black Mamba jerseys. Like, such a cool look. So if you did get those limited edition Mamba jerseys on Mamba Week, this would be a pretty nice shoe to pair with if you are both a Kobe and Lakers fan as well as a LeBron fan. I also just love how clean this is because you do have the Melon Tint ones, which is an all light orange one, which is pretty loud, and you also have the Reflections one, which is definitely very loud because you have a lot going on here at the back of the shoe. So I was just pretty drawn to how simple and clean this looked, and this colorway is just super awesome in my opinion. Then for the price, the Nike LeBron 18 retails for 10,195 pesos here in the Philippines, or $200 US. The price is definitely something that surprised me because it's been a long time since Nike charged over $200 for their basketball products, and I really thought we weren't gonna go back to that. But if we're just looking at it objectively, this is a definite upgrade from the LeBron 17 because you do have that insane cushion setup. You also have a very thick Flyknit upper, and you also have an outsole that I think will perform really well on court. So I guess you can say that they kind of justified the price, except of course for this tongue. Like, I will never forgive this tongue, so hopefully for the newer colorways that come out, they do something different with the tongue, because this definitely does not belong in any shoe, let alone something that is $200 US. And if you are gonna get these, they are available on the Nike Philippines website. The Lakers away and the James Gang colorways are both pretty widely available, and the Melon Tints are really the only ones selling out. Of course, I'll make sure to leave links in the description box down below so you can grab a pair. So there you have it, guys. That was my quick look and unboxing on the LeBron 18 Lakers. If you like the video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Then if you have any comments, questions, or any suggestions for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below as well. Then if you haven't already yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. It would help us out a lot here at Sneaks and Ball PH.